Hey, this is Daniel and Duchess from WeightLossNotes.com. It is Saturday, December 8th, just a little after 5 p.m. in the late afternoon, and I'm sitting here enjoying some Del Monte red grapefruit, no sugar added. I like the taste of it. It's got a sweet taste. I'm having it as a snack. I had for late lunch today a serving of chocolate Shakeology. I usually have that in the mornings, but I had that today as a late lunch. And then now I'm having that as a snack, and it serves a double benefit for me. Number one, I like the taste of it. I always like grapefruit. I don't like the peeling it per se, so buying it this way is really cool. And there's no sugar added to it, which is nice. It also serves, and I'll preempt this ahead of time, it cleans my system out. So it serves as a diuretic of a sorts in cleaning me out, and that's always a good thing when not done to excess. So I promise that's the most disgusting I'll be in this video. But I enjoy the taste of it, and so I'm doing it mostly for that. It's been a little bit of an update, a little bit of a while since I've come to you by video and given you an update. Things are going well in general, although I've had a little bit of a setback in some of my in my leg condition. For those of you that have been following my blog, you know that I have some challenges with my legs in terms of very bad venous stasis ulcers on both legs between my knees and my ankles, which came because of an accident I was in that my legs got messed up and became infected and then became ulcerated. I've been over 2 years dealing with this, closer probably to 3, and have been working with a doctor and who's given me a treatment program which has been helping, and it's really been working. I've noticed, especially over the last year and more closely over the last 6 months, how the wounds are healing and the skin is growing back in, and the wounds are growing smaller in size. And I think that's the wrong way to say it, but they're getting smaller in size, which has been really cool, especially my left leg. My right leg is healing at a slower pace, but it is. And that's in part due to the better eating, the better nutrition I'm putting in my body, and also the weight I've been losing. It's been helping in that regard with my legs and trying to be more active. That's also been helping with my legs as well. But over the last week, I've had a little bit of a setback. I've had some major pain issues, some pretty bad days, not so good, waking up in the morning or at night not being able to sleep. And then just Wednesday it was, Duchess got really sick, and I was up with her all night, Tuesday night I think it was, into Wednesday morning. She had vomited several times, I think 5 or 6 times in the space of a few hours, and it was late at night, and there was no nearby 24-hour vet that I can bring her to. So I kept her on the bed with me and comforted her, and when she would vomit and then of course gag and choke after and all of that, I kept her as calm and as secure as possible. The next morning we went to the vet. They gave her some medicine and said it was probably something that she ate really bad. And it wasn't, they did some other tests, it wasn't anything like parvo's or any other worse disease. They gave her that, some medicine. They gave her something to help her with dehydration because she hadn't been drinking or eating from the day before, and gave me some take-home medicine to take with me. So it was all good. And she's, after a day or two, she's back to her normal self, bouncing around and chasing and jumping and barking and just in her normal Duchess self. So I was a little concerned, and she's so precious to me and so special to me. I didn't want anything to happen to her, and as such, so I figured to do everything I can to help take care of her, and she's fine, and she's back to normal. But like I said, I dealt with that this week, and then just my legs. A couple of nights have not been really, really good. So that wasn't fun, but all the same, otherwise things are okay. I've got some work I'm doing for 2 clients for some articles I'm working on for them, and things are okay. Holidays are coming up, and I want to wish the best for you and your family. I know this can be really challenging for some folks, the holiday season, and it can be rather depressing. And when you let life circumstances and you look at them and you take them to heart, it can be hard. And you know what? I know. I understand. And I have to just keep watch on my own emotions because, yeah, it can be really hard. Over the last 2 years or so, or the last year more specifically, I made a lot of drastic changes in my life. And with my family, which I won't get into details here, which stayed back in New York, and coming out here to Florida and connecting with my family that I had not been connected with for a very, very long time. And then being on my own and taking care of a little dog, and my journey for weight loss and fitness. And then also at the same time taking on the role of growing a very small business as an entrepreneur, and getting into some of the different arenas I'm in terms of internet marketing, SEO, and video. It's just been a whirlwind of stuff going on, and I don't want to focus on what I lost. I want to focus on what's ahead. And I want to encourage you that if you're coming across this holiday season and you're really struggling with your emotions and what you're feeling, and you want to get depressed and you want to kind of say screw it, I want to encourage you to count your blessings and to think about what you do have to be grateful for, not what you have struggled and dealt with and are hurting from. And I'm not being flippant and saying those things don't matter, they do. But I'm speaking to myself too. It's a good time of the year to reflect on what you do have, and what I do have that's good, and the change that's happening, and the promise of things to come. They can be very powerful if you focus on them. And while I won't say that I'm a proponent of the law of attraction and that whole movie, The Secret, I'm not saying I am. I am saying that there's power, that what you focus on becomes who you are. And if you can focus on gratitude and focus on the promise of things to come and focus on where you can go and what you can do, there's no limit to what's possible. There's no limit to what you can change, what you can become, what you can do, what you can achieve. And I wanted to speak that for myself, and I also wanted to share that with you, because I know this holiday season is hard for a lot of people. And you focus on what's not right and how alone you are, and frankly how fat you feel, and how you're struggling and no one cares and no one's attracted to you, and broke, don't have a lot of money, if at all, and you're in debt or whatever it might be. Those are valid things, and I know they are. But this holiday, this Christmas, I want to speak another word into your life, and I want to speak the word of hope. There's hope. Your story doesn't have to end where you are. My story doesn't have to end where I was. It can change. Your story can change, and it can have a better ending. And I want to speak hope into your life and let you know that it's going to be okay. If you take, like Tony Robbins says, if you take massive action forward, things can change. And I want to encourage you to do that, to use this time, this season, these few weeks surrounding the holidays, to reflect on where you're at and what's right, and to set goals and strategies for where you're going to go in 2013. And I don't think anything of the whole Mayan calendar 2012 thing other than to say this. Yeah, the end is coming at the end of December. The end of the old. 2013 represents a new you, a new me, new possibilities, new opportunities, new chances, new beginnings, hope. It's there. And I want to encourage you to grab a hold of it and let that encourage you and speak into you. This is Daniel, and this is Duchess, who is falling asleep on my hands here. And we want to wish you the best. I'll definitely check in with you before long. And thank you again for all your comments on my website and on Twitter and on Facebook. I really support you. This is what I do, not only living my life for myself, but also for you. And I thank you for stopping by and sharing yourself with me. And I look forward to what we're going to achieve in 2013. Have a great holiday, and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye now.